Hello and welcome to yet another beautiful episode on Leaders in Making. And I, Dr. Sunita Tank, your master career coach, founder of Leader in Making, can't thank Miss Gitika Khosla enough today. The moment I saw her profile, the moment I saw the zeal in her profile, continuous upgradation, working on herself, spreading good word across industries, I immediately connected with her for the podcast on our channel because leader is in making is all about unleashing your own potential, and I saw that within Gitika's profile and in her personality too. And I personally welcome you, Gitika, on this podcast, and a
Thank
very
you.
warm welcome and a quick introduction because I want you to talk to our viewers more. Currently,
Mhm.
she is product manager at Microsoft Corporation, over roughly a decade experience in Expedia Group, Cyberware, and Sprinkler. A marvelous journey from an intern to a product manager. Gitika, we are so excited to hear it from your own words. Over to you. How you navigated to this level in your career in the movement.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you so much, Sunita, for having me here. And yeah, like as you said, like I've started my journey from intern to a product manager now. So this definitely journey was beautiful, challenging. At the same time, I have to reach out because product manager, that time back was not that popular. Nowadays, product manager is an opportunity where people know about it, right? But at the same time, I have to navigate, I have to reach out to a lot of folks and to know more about it. And I have actually joined a lot of communities, so it helped. So if I go back to my journey like 2017, I've started my career as an intern in machine learning team in Sprinkler. Sprinkler is a B2B SaaS company. And over there, I have done my internship, performed well, got a PPO, then started my career as a business analyst. And in business analyst, I used to connect with customers, work on their requirements. But somewhere I feel like there was a gist, or there was a thing that was missing, that I was not able to work on the product, not able to solve their problem. From there, I got a hinge like, okay, this is an opportunity where I can understand what exactly the users need, what exactly customer wants. I can work on ideation, I can work on building those products. So product manager opportunity, and working also along with the other colleagues of mine, I saw them this is a great opportunity. Then there is a transition that happened over there from business analyst to senior business analyst, and then I migrated and transitioned to different stream, that is product management. And from there, that was a journey, and that was a turning point. So during working in that team, I got to know, okay, this is an opportunity for me, and this is the right profile for me. So yeah, it has been challenging and interesting as well. So this is about the journey from Sprinkler, from being an intern to a product manager.
Sure. So I must say, since beginning of your career, you were a problem solver. That is why you identified that there is something more to it and you moved into product management. What is exactly the profile and what people do in this particular, when you say a role of a product manager, something you would like to guide to people who are still into UG or PG of their, educational backgrounds?
So, so, so if you want to be a product manager, first of all, there are a few things that you should know. That you should be curious to know what's exactly happening. What is the problem, what, why, how. These are the some of the questions that always tickling down in the mind of a product manager. Okay, these are the things that we need to do. Then you should be able to solve some of the design questions. So in life of a product manager, there is definitely a lot of things that definitely we're going to talk about. But there are a lot of things that you need to study, like for cracking the PM interview. The main important thing, that is design questions. So how to solve the problem, and how you understand the user persona, that you are solving the problem and pain points of that persona, and then building your products according to requirement of the user. That's the most important thing that I believe. And in a typical day of mine, I spend not most of, like majority of my time in thinking, in strategizing, like what exactly are the requirements of the customer, and we have to build our products accordingly. So that's kind of important thing. And being a product manager, if you want to land up into that job, so you have to get knowledge from wherever you can. I have started my first book that I started for product management. That was Cracking the PM Interview by, I guess it's Gail Lackman. He's a great author, and I started by reading books. And you can also get more and more insights from newsletters like Lenny's product newsletter is a great inspiration that you can understand about the concepts of product management. You should get the frameworks also, like, but definitely there's one important element that I want to highlight, that product management, by reading theory, by reading books, definitely you understand the concepts. But at the same time, by doing it, by working on it, it's the best way to learn it. So, by grabbing some projects, by grabbing some internships, or this is a best way to get into this line or to get into an opportunity of product management. And people who are not able to get these opportunities, sometimes we do have leverages, sometimes people don't. So for those, you can work on tear downs. So basically, we call them product tear downs. So let's pick a product, right? Let's say WhatsApp, right? This is the most commonly used app. Then think about what are the features that I can introduce into it, and then make a product portfolio or product tear downs, display it in your website or portfolios or on LinkedIn. So that's the ways that you can, grab this opportunity or enter into this line. And one last important thing for me, getting more and more opportunities is by making your personal brand on LinkedIn really plays an important role, and it helped me a lot personally. So I personally prefer, getting knowledge from everywhere, from YouTube, from some of the channels like Product Folks. I'm, associated with that community, Product Tank. So these are some of the communities that are driven by product managers like us. And over there, you get a lot of insights, a lot of job opportunities, internship opportunities, work on your portfolio, build your own brand. So these are some of the ways, and always be curious. And these are some of the ways that can help in landing a product manager job.
I'm sure our viewers will be thrilled to have such a detailed technical information. You're not only telling about the job description, but you are actually giving the resources where they can go and do internship and projects, because that's the best way of acquiring good experience. Tell me something, Gitika. I'm very curious to know that, in India, generally people do, they are from management or commerce background, or they do economic honors, or they are coming from, BSc, BBA, kind of stuff, or they are coming from engineering background and then they are moving into MBA courses. So when a person is crossing UG and PG, how easy it is for a person to enter as a fresher or maybe from other field to enter into PM?
Okay, that's a good question. So I'll tell you, definitely people with masters will have an edge. Won't say have an edge, but they're more exposed to these opportunities because some of in product manager JD, in job description, there's always written a keyword like we need MBA, masters, or postgrad, right? Those kind of programs are prerequisite in some of the jobs. But yes, it's rightly said that in product manager, there is no official degree, there is no official qualification that is required for that particular role. So you may take this opportunity after grad as well, after graduation, whether it is from engineering background or whether it's from commerce background, it doesn't matter. However, from engineering perspective, they have a little bit edge over it, especially if you're going to work or if you're going to select to work in an industry which is more technically dominated or technically driven, like B2B SaaS, or it's more into cloud-based technologies, those kind of things that if it is related to that, so it's good if you have a good technical acumen, but it's not compulsory to have those technical qualifications. Being myself from a commerce background, and I did masters after that, and then internship. So it's a even I don't have a technical background, but at the same time, I gathered that experience to know what happens. And what needs to be done, or what needs to be, all the skills needs to be acquired to be a product manager. So it's not I would say after graduation, a BBA or a BCom student or a BTech student may also go into the product manager profile, and a person who has done masters. It depends on company's qualification requirement of that profile. So there is no hard fast rule that we have to, a product manager needs to be only a graduate from IIT, or a product manager needs to be a post grad student from IIM. But yeah, if you have better knowledge or better skills, that's a go to go. So I would say that if you are interested in product management, so start learning the framework, start learning and understanding the how to solve the problems, look into the case studies. There are a lot of resources which are available, and now because of the AI, that is ChatGPT, Copilot, these are the go-to tools for you to get and grab some good information, good case study, and think about those. Yeah.
Sure. So while I was witnessing your profile that you navigated from Springler to Cyberware to Expedia, and you were there in PM since very, very long. What were the challenges you faced? Because after listening to you, you have actually made your own journey and you have explored the existing resources which are available to the world. So, how you managed from an organization to organization, from industry to another industry, through all these, how you bridged that?
Yeah. So definitely, coming from CXM, starting my journey from a CXM, that is customer experience management or CRM industry, to cybersecurity, then fraud and risk, and then now it's Purview, Microsoft Purview. So I'm part of the Purview team. So it's data loss prevention. Definitely, there are difference in each and every industry. Uh, so I personally feel that. Product manager profile is quite obviously the work items, the things that you will do in your regular life will remain same. It's the industry or the aspects of domain or the business aspect that keeps on changing, and you have to adapt accordingly. And the journey that I've came from is definitely interesting, challenging. At the same time, I've grown as a person, as well as given me a lot of opportunity to understand what are the key things or key areas of cybersecurity or fraud and risk. So it really helped. And personally, how I navigated all this is by constantly updating myself, whether by doing a executive program in product management from IIM Lucknow, or by understanding, attending some workshops on AI, by the third thing that I usually do, by keep myself updated by reading a lot of newsletters. I'm very quite active on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is it's a source of a lot of knowledge. So you keep on going through the posts, keep on going through the videos of a lot of folks. This just helps in hopping and understanding the different aspects and different. You cannot be an industry agnostic. This is definitely a role of this role varies from different industry. Sometimes, like previously, I was in a B2C role, right, in a consumer travel industry, but now it's again security. So you cannot stick to your, one industry. Again, it depends on you that you want to stick into only one and one domain. But sometimes you get better opportunities and then you hop into a different industry. So you keep yourself always motivated to learn more, to gather more and more knowledge from wherever it comes from.
True. And I myself use a LinkedIn a lot. While you
Yeah.
were talking about so many industries, one question came to my mind because I have been from recruitment background. How you
Uh-huh.
got these jobs? I mean, through LinkedIn, through word of mouth, you were following the
Mhm.
company portal, or you were following LinkedIn jobs. I'm sure
Yes.
students must be very interested because your resume, your profile is full of big brands. So how you managed so many brands into your CV one after the other?
Sure. So I recently got opportunity from Microsoft, from LinkedIn, or I've applied via LinkedIn, and then it redirects my profile or redirects to the company website. So people who say that, if you apply to the company website without referral, it will go in dump. No, it's not the case. So definitely you should be lucky enough. But at the same time, if you are profile, if your resume has all those keywords, it will also get the traction of the HR as well as the hiring manager over there. So it works well for me that I've directly applied via career site of Microsoft and got the opportunity. Obviously, you have to prove yourself, give the interviews. That's a different process. But yeah, I do understand this is the most prominent question that comes from everyone, irrespective of the you know s- uh, people who are in grad or post grad or the freshers, even from the experienced professionals that I'm actually working with, or they were my ex colleagues. Everybody asks the simple question that, hey, how do how your CV gets noticed? So this is the most important thing, that you have to build your CV, include most important keywords, industry related keywords, and this really helped in my profile. And for Expedia, the similar case applied via LinkedIn to the company profile, a company career site. So I do not have any reference for the same. I did not reach out to HR directly. So it's again via company career site. But yeah, LinkedIn played an important role for me when I was switching from Sprinkler to Cyber. So I got this opportunity as a product manager in Cyber from LinkedIn. The HR reached out to me on LinkedIn. We had a conversation and then it got converted. So in all the three opportunities that I'm actually talking about, LinkedIn
Mhm.
played an important role
Important.
because I have that keywords included in my LinkedIn profile, that all
Mhm.
those relevant jobs, keep popping me. And then I apply it and make your CV so strong that it gets the traction of the, HR and the hiring manager so that they can contact you and then you can proceed forward with the interview process. So this is how it is for me, Sunita.
I think you have maintained an absolute harmony and balance and a good blend into your technical skills, into your personal branding, and your visibility on social media, especially the professional platform LinkedIn. And I would like my listeners to know that Gitika is not a professional. I can now sense she's actually moving step by step ahead, keeping an eye on all the requirements to be a successful professional. While you look back at your journey now, 8 to 10 years, what you think, Gitika, you have done differently, which you would like to, give as an important suggestion, guidance to people who are just a starter and who are little aware that, okay, they want to make their career into product management after listening to you.
Yeah. Um, this is quite interesting. So I'm just looking back and thinking, what are the things that I did different from my batchmates? Um, so the one thing that I personally feel and personally like about myself is hustle. I never compromised on, oh, this is quite tough. Oh, this is something which is out of my league. I won't try. So I always try, and hustle to achieve that thing. The result is definitely unknown, uncertain, and we are fine. I'm fine with it. But at the same time, the most important mantra of my life is to hustle hard, to try, at least give your best, and then let's see what happens. So I switching from Sprinkler, obviously it's a big brand, to a startup, was a decision of a kind. Maybe even I was hesitant, but at the same time, I did took a chance, like, okay, let's do it, let's see. And from there itself, I entered into cybersecurity and then got multiple other opportunities in big brands. So I thought that was also one of the turning point, to take risk. That's one thing. The other thing is always keep upskilling yourself. Like you were also talking about, Smita, we were having a chat that you are all still upskilling yourself, you're giving exams, right? So this is something that I always appreciate people who do that. And similarly, I have the intent of always keep on learning. How can I get more opportunities? How can I learn better from others? Whenever I get a chance, always listen to some of the podcasts. There are a lot of communities who have product podcasts as well, and YouTube videos related to product case studies. There's a lot of talk about AI agents, a lot of things. Trust me, there's a lot of things to learn. So always keep an eye, keep your ear open, those kind of things. Then the third thing that I personally feel I did better, or I have worked on it, is my LinkedIn profile. I was quite focused that I have to maintain my LinkedIn profile so that it gets traction from HR recruiters and other prominent people who are hiring. And, it will help me in building my personal brand. That's the third thing that I personally did. And the last one that I could think of is okay. Like for example, if any opportunity is coming in my way, like for example, cybersecurity was a new domain, right? So I studied about it. I started reading about it before any opportunity or came to me, and then I developed interest and then applied. So it's like going with the flow at the same time, building your skill set on the direction that you like the most. So this really helped because I really liked CXM, that is customer experience management, where you have to think about onboarding on a lot of other things as well. It's quite interesting compared to cybersecurity, but at the same time, I understand. Okay, this is the market demand. This is trending nowadays, and it will help me to fetch more and more opportunities. So understanding what is important for you, what will work for you, is also very important aspect, and some of the key decisions that you can take to improve your career path compared to the others. So these are some of the factors really work for me, Sunita.
So probably people who are keen into making a career in customer interaction, customer experience, making a product better. This is not for people who are purely from finance or HR, but people who would like to move into, technical branding, technical product movement, technical product nuances. People who would like to showcase the company's product to the next level, wanted to enhance the customer service experience and all that stuff. I think people who are looking for that kind of career, PM is definitely one of the best league for them. Now, Gitika, you are at that stage that you are now very well aware about all the industry trends. So what is next for Gitika in another 5 years or 8 years down the line? Where do you see moving ahead now in your career?
Yeah. So I've recently joined Microsoft. So definitely want, I'm right now in IC role. So when I say IC, it's individual contributor, and definitely want to move in a leadership role in next 5 years and into a managerial role as well. So that's I'm looking right now. Yeah, I do not have a concrete, okay, I want to be a director or I want to be a APP or something like that. But yeah, into a leadership role. And yeah, I'm still thriving, and always up for good opportunities, always up for learning. So that's the goal. Yeah.
So when you say that right now you are a product manager, and I would like to share this with my viewers here, but let me know if in case you want to add on to it. When you move into a director role or when you move into a leadership role, you handle multiple teams of different products. When you move from this level, because right now I'm sure you must be leading one team or you will be a part of one team, but when you're moving up in the ladder, you're becoming the lead of multiple teams and you're responsible towards different customers, different clients of your organization. When you say that, okay, I am the team lead in PM or I am at the leadership role at PM. So I'm sure in
Hmm.
another 5 years, you will definitely land up to that place because the kind of zeal, curiosity, continuous learning, working on the different technical aspects, I'm sure you're going to achieve the best in the industry. Now, people who are, let's say, freshers moving into PM,
Mhm.
and people who have spent 3 to 5 years already, and the third bench for people who are roughly around 8 to 10 years. According
Hmm.
to you, without sharing the company name, what are the package industries? The range at the moment for people who are entering zero experience, then 3 to 5 years, then roughly 8 to 10 years. What are the industry standards as of now?
So it depends on company to company, Sunita. So, like for example, startups pay well, right, compared to the big org, as if you compare both. And and why it's so? Because obviously it's a high energy environment where you have to spend a lot of time over there. So and that's how the pay scale is. So if for the freshers, typically, again, it also depends from you're coming from which brand. right? So if you're coming from directly from graduating from IITs, right, and or directly graduating from IIMs, then your starting package would be comparatively higher to a fresher from a second tier or third tier colleges. So it depends. So, but approximately on average, if you see those trends in Glassdoor or in any other research websites, so ranging from like for a typical fresher, right? Somewhere around 10, 10-ish, like 10 to 20 lakh per annum. And again, the higher side would be on the skills that you have, on the internships that you have done, or from the college where you are coming from. So these are the factors that makes your scale up and high. People who are having typical 2 or 3 or maybe 3 or 4 years of experience, or as you said, the scale. Again, the bracket goes little bit beyond, like from 25-ish to 30-ish, or somewhere. Sometimes again they are coming from again very prestigious colleges, or good relevant experience, industry relevant experience matters the most, to be very honest. So 30-ish till 30-ish, 30 lakh per annum, and then if you're having good experience, like total experience, like 8, 10 years or beyond that. So it's more than that. High, the upper limit would be 45-ish, right? 40, 45-ish. And then if you go to senior role, again, the scale goes up like 45 to 60, 50, 55, 60, depends. Again, this is very, very, very subjective on the skills you have. I can just give you a average, and even you can find, I mean, all the listeners can also find and Google it. But at the same time, it totally depends on your skill set. And whenever you start growing to principal to director, obviously the salary goes up. But it seems that people prefer taking RSUs, prefer taking stocks compared to higher salaries, and they get that advantage. And so 60 lakh is something that he goes for, and more than that as well. To be very honest, I'm also not clear with the director profile salary base, but yeah, that's the base, and then it tops on the RSUs or stocks that's been provided by the company. So this is how it goes. And achievers, like there are a lot of Sundar Pichai, right? And these are the people who were product managers before turning to a CEO or CPOs. So the salary definitely goes to the sky's the limit, and but totally depends on the work you do, the industry relevant experience you have, and obviously brand also plays a role over there. Yeah.
Sure. So thank you for being so kind, honest, and generous in letting the people know that where could be the range. And
Yeah.
I would like to tell viewers that this is a very open range is being given to you, that you have that much of scope. But trust
Correct.
me, your internship, the kind of roles you are adopting, the kind of work you are doing within that particular job role, the kind of brand you come from your graduation, post graduation brand matters a lot. And
Yeah.
definitely your scores in very good companies while you are going through any recruitment process, the scores do matters a lot, and the way you
Yeah.
present. And in the next podcast we would definitely would love to know, because you were saying that there are not so specific programs in product management, but I witnessed that you have crossed IIM Lucknow program, executive program, that too into data driven product management. So in the next continuation podcast, I would love to have your views, the duration of the program, the fees of the program, the semester wise, how the pattern is, the breakup is in terms of subjects. In the last couple of minutes, I would like you to let us know how, because you were talking so much good about LinkedIn and you are having a very decent profile, your social media profile, professional profile on LinkedIn. What three tips you would like to give it to people who are at the early stage of their career, and how you are maintaining your LinkedIn profile at the moment, because that's the face of your your resume, that's the face of your profile. So according to you, what you think, how LinkedIn should be managed for people who are entering into their career and not just PM?
Got it. First of all, keep your profile updated. Enter all the details relevant to your experience, not experience, obviously you're a professor, but all the projects that you have done, like capstone projects, or for engineering, if there are any, portfolio or any GitHub profile or those kind of resources, you need to attach those. Complete your profile. People, I've seen a lot of cases, especially with the freshers, that obviously they do not have a lot of things to show. So they keep the experience side empty or the project side certifications empty. So whatever you have, showcase. This is a great platform to showcase all the talents, all the skills that you have. Keep your profile updated, including your profile picture, cover pic, all the details of your subjects. It's not only sufficient to write, okay, I've done this and this from this particular university. No, you have to add on what are the skill sets that, or what are the subjects that you learned, right? What are the activities that you have performed? What groups were part of? So specifically related to that, then there are a lot of good features if you talk from that aspect, that how can you upskill that, or how can you use those features to improve your profile? Like there are featured posts where you can highlight what you have done so that it gets traction. You can highlight your CV over there if you're looking for a job, right? And LinkedIn is a platform where people like me, people like a lot of experiences are over there, right? They're sharing their content. The first step is start engaging with those posts, with those videos, whatever they're sharing. Start asking questions, start commenting, liking, so that people also get traction. Like, okay, this is a person who is like quite engaging in my profile. So, for example, a student who is targeting a job in Swiggy, right, or Zomato, go to HR post or go to product managers of that particular company or CEO of the company, start engaging, understanding the product, and then that's one thing. Then the other one that you can also do is okay, there is also an opportunity. I mean, there is also an option where you can post videos as well. This is something that's new, that people are adopting more,
Introduce
adding
6.4, yeah.
yeah, adding more visuals, adding more content to your post. That's also a good way. Then posting content is I know it's kind of tricky because it takes a lot of effort of a user, of a student, because you're quite busy in other things as well. But make a habit of keep your content or posting your content actively. Maybe not daily, but yeah, weekly basis. This also helps. So whenever what I do is I also, because of other responsibilities, I'm not also super regular in posting the content. But whenever I do that, I see attraction. I see a lot of requests coming on my way, a lot of people who want to connect with me. So I personally think updating your profile, highlighting your resume, highlighting your projects that you have worked on, engaging with people, commenting on their post, and then last importantly, making your profile highlight by posting content. That is the most important thing that worked, and that works typically. And obviously, there are a lot of algorithms or AI concepts that we can definitely leverage by using some AI tools on that. That's something that we can talk in detail. Maybe I'll share with Sneet, and then all the folks can be informed about that same as well. But there are a lot of things that you can do to maintain or optimize your LinkedIn profile. But yeah, these are the simple ones that I want to share with.
I am sure this podcast is going to be heard time and again, because in just one podcast you have covered so much, Gitika, and I'm sure people will be very much interested in the last tips, tricks, techniques you have shared for LinkedIn profile. I would definitely probably, after your second podcast, which we'll be doing on IIM Lucknow program, because I'm sure a lot of people will be interested. A lot of people do approach Leader in Making to consult which program they should opt for. But you coming from cybersecurity, fraud and risk, and then into data-driven management, PM, I'm sure we would be happy to know the details of this IAM program directly from your own mouth. But then, somewhere, whenever it is convenient to you, I would definitely would love you to share more tips on how people can upgrade and improve their LinkedIn profile.
Oh,
Any
definitely.
last words you want to give it to people who are listening, to people who want to make career into product management? Anything which you feel we have not covered so far for the freshers, from job roles, from industries, to salaries? What you think you would like to add on to as a last note to them?
So one thing that I want to mention, so definitely product manager is a trending job profile right now.
True.
Everybody wants to jump
To be a
into
product.
product manager.
Yes.
Yeah, I get daily bundle of messages, right? But at the same time, I just want to highlight this that definitely it's a very good opportunity. But at the same time, you should be pretty sure that you want to enter into it, right? Because there are a lot of product managers in the industry, but how you can differentiate yourself by being a good product manager or a great product manager, it matters the most, right? So trying to understand the role first, like don't just go, okay, my friend is, targeting, or I've seen one of my colleague who's a product manager and he's doing so great, he's earning so great. No, it doesn't matter like that. You should focus on the what exactly I will be doing in that job, right? I'll be talking to customers, I'll be working on thinking part, I'll be solving customer problem. Do
Mhm.
I have a capability, or do I have a sense of communication? Do I have a sense of product intuitiveness? Whether I'll be able to do it or not, try to understand those. Are you quite, see, most of the extroverts, I'm not, again, this is a very, that statement that I do not want to make, but mostly people who are good in communication skills, who are extrovert, they are tend to be, come to the product management role, or a engineer who is good in coding would be more interested in doing coding and back end work. But at the same time, a person who is interested in talking to the customers, understanding their pain points, doing a deep dive sessions with them, doing demos, giving presentations, right? They'll be interested, or they'll be more aligned to the product management role. So choose wisely. Don't okay, the trend, it's all about product management, then let's go into it. Understand the role first. See if your skill sets matches with the job profile, then enter into it, because with the big, perks, big responsibilities also comes into your plate. So you also have to be ready, and, from your mind that, okay, this is the right profession for me. Yeah.
Thank you for this last golden advice, and we will see you soon.